What's up, YouTube? How are you? I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Happy new moon still. That happened last night, Sunday at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. So I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful time setting new moon intentions. If you haven't yet, you still can today on Monday. This reading is for the week. So this is for Monday today, April 12th through Friday, April 16th, 2021. So we're going to pull a couple different cards here and see what we need to know, what we need to focus on, maybe what we need to be aware of, and just what the information is for this week. I find it very interesting that I have 5 decks lined up in a row over here. I didn't do that intentionally. So I'm going to pull a card for every day of the week. And let's just see what happens. So this card will be for today, Monday, the 12th. Do all things in moderation. It is in reverse. So the message for today, for Monday the 12th, maybe we're not doing things in moderation. Maybe we're doing things too much or too little, okay? I sort of really get the impression with this card, there's resistance. It's kind of like we're all in. It's either like all or nothing mentality, okay? And that's great to have that mentality of, you know, I'm all in, I'm doing, I'm go, 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 go. But still in the same respect, it's like we still need to have that type of balance in our lives that, you know, we may not be realizing that we're doing too much of one thing and we're ignoring something else, okay? So we need to really, of course, it always comes back down to balance. You know that. So it's understanding that we need to, how do I want to say this? The example that's coming to my mind is, you know, working, when you have multiple things or multiple projects going on at the same time, it's sort of saying like, okay, we have this, 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 and this to do, or these things. And so it's like, okay, let's do a little bit of this when we're motivated to do that. Let's do a little bit of that. Let's do a little bit of that. And it's like, we're trying to keep all of those things in balance. Okay. So it's, let's understand that, you know, we don't have to hurry up and finish one thing and then to go on to the next. We can work on this a little bit, leave that alone. Work on this a little bit, leave that alone. Try and work on everything simultaneously. And what is the other information? How am I, it's like, I hope that I'm explaining that appropriately for you guys to understand. I believe that I am. I guess I'm just feeling a certain sort of kind of way, maybe in my own life concerning this card. And so I'm trying to express those feelings and emotions. And so really what this is saying is that it's like, you know, it's okay to work and play and to, you know, but let's like not have all work and no play. Let's not just work and not clean our house, you know? So it's like, it's understanding that everything is simultaneously happening and that we can't focus just on one thing solely when there's so many other things going on. Okay? So let's sort of like take a step back and say, okay, what have I been working on? Great. What have I been ignoring? That's the message. What have I been ignoring? Because what you've been ignoring is sort of saying, hey, we need to pay attention to that area of our life. Okay? So everything, you know, everything's happening simultaneously all at once, but we can't, let's remember to pay attention to the things that maybe we've forgotten or that we need to take care of and sort of are at the bottom of our list. Okay? So, all things in moderation. Okay? All right. Tuesday. What do we got for Tuesday? Which would be the 13th, 2021. Tuesday. What do we need to know for Tuesday? Which would be tomorrow. What's Tuesday's energy? Tuesday's energy. What do we need to know about Tuesday? Oh, okay. Well, this, I know this doesn't look good, right? So this is the Eight of Swords. This is about saying, hey, you know what? We need to stop beating ourselves up. Okay. We need to see ourselves in a better light. We need to allow ourselves to break free from our own restraints and our own thought processes. Okay. It's really saying, hey, we need to be kind to ourselves. We're holding ourselves in place. Okay. What in our lives do we feel? How do we hold ourselves captive? How do we self-sabotage? What are we not seeing? Because there's some sort of thought process here within ourselves that keeps us confined or keeps us contained in some sort of boundaries that we have placed upon ourselves that really are just a matter of our own mindset. So, for example, this is like thinking, oh, I can't do da-da-da-da-da, whatever da-da-da-da-da is, okay? And you've placed a restraint or some sort of boundary. You've confined yourself in some sort of surrounding boundary that is self-imposed, okay? And it's by our thought process. Like you're bound, you're tied, you're not willing, you can't move forward because you've placed some sort of restriction on yourself that really doesn't exist. So we all do this in some way, shape, or form. Okay? This is just a thought process. We need to change the way that we think. We need to change the way that we speak to ourselves. And so this is saying like, yo, man, let's not put ourselves in some sort of box or in some sort of container in which we think that we can't live outside of. Okay? So let's change our mental thoughts. Let's stop that self-sabotaging thinking or self-sabotaging pattern. Okay? Because this is our mental, this is the way that we're thinking that is keeping us restricted and restrained. And it's like, no, like we're safe here, or this is where we're supposed to be, and that's it. And it's like, no, you've created this sort of container, this box. We put ourselves into some kind of restriction. And I do believe that this is something that we are fully aware of, or that might come to light, okay? Because this isn't in reverse, okay? And so this card is really saying, hey, let's break free from these self-imposed restrictions. We don't even realize that we may not even realize that we've been doing this to ourselves, or that this might come to light on Tuesday, of this self-imposed limitation that we have placed upon ourselves. And now we're seeing something different. We need to break free from this box, this structure, this boundary that we've placed ourselves in. Let's take off the blindfold. Let's break free from this, because it's been restricting us, and it's been something that we've done to ourselves for probably quite some time. This could be a pattern that we've had for a really long time, or this might be something that we just sort of placed upon ourselves with a particular situation or circumstance, or something that has happened recently that we've sort of placed, a restriction on ourselves in some way, shape, or form, okay? Due to some way that we're thinking or processing, okay? So let's acknowledge this, and let's break free from these thought processes, whatever that they are, this way of thinking and move on from it. Okay. All right. Wednesday, which would be the 14th. Just double checking on the calendar. Wednesday, the 14th, April 14th, Wednesday, April 14th, Wednesday, April 14th. Okay, so we're going with this one. Oh, yes. This is amazing, okay, because this card, if you are not on my Facebook, I'm going to tell you a little story. So this card, I pulled this card a year ago, this past weekend. And it came up on my timeline of memories. And the only reason why it came up on the timeline of my memories, well, actually, that's very strange. Okay, anyway, never mind. But it came up on my timeline a year ago, okay? And so this was amazing because I do feel that even though this card was pulled a year ago, this is exactly where we are, okay? The astrology and the new moon that we just recently had last night, okay, is all about us setting, you know, these intentions essentially for the next 12 months, okay? Because this is the first new moon of the astrological year, okay? So this is making commitments to ourself of us moving forward and transitioning into the best or higher version of ourselves that we can, or gaining more knowledge, committing to school or classes or learning, or, you know, just committing to be better humans in general. Okay. Taking responsibility for ourselves. Okay. So this is on Wednesday. I really feel this is a huge step forward in some way, shape, or form. This is an opportunity to step into that higher realm, okay, that higher frequency, that better version of yourself. It's the beginning. So it's almost like, you know, setting New Year's resolutions, you know, and it's like, okay, well, this is like the first day at the gym kind of feel. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is really, really, really saying, hey, you know what? I've made these commitments and I am physically, in some way, shape, or form, taking the initiative, and I'm implementing the intentions or manifestations that I have written, and now I'm moving forward into that in some way, shape, or form. Okay, so it's like we're actually physically doing something. We are walking from one world to the next. So it's or it's the ending of a cycle and a new beginning of a new cycle. Okay, so we're leaving something behind, and we're starting to move into those new things. Okay, so that's a different way to look at it. You know, moving from one thing to something else, and this is positive. This is actually moving forward in. It's the initiation. It could be the beginning point. It could be the continuation. It could just be an opportunity that arises that gives you the new beginning or initiation or new opportunity to say yes, to step forward in a bigger way that you haven't been able to yet. Okay, so I would like to say, it is 11:11 right now. I can't even make this up. Look, it is 11:11. Okay, you guys. All right. Don't even know why I even looked at that. So this is the thing. So this is confirmation. This is confirmation. Okay. I would like to say that this past weekend, Saturday and Sunday, with the new moon energy, okay, there may have been an initiation or some sort of invitation, some door that had opened that invited you to step it up in some way, shape, or form. Okay, so this is just a continuation this week, especially on Wednesday, of saying, listen, you know, we're moving forward. We've made the commitment, and so now we're starting to live or change our routines or our schedules, or starting a new job, or grabbing an application for a new job, or a position that in which that we are more resonating with, or something new, signing up for classes, whatever this is. There's an opportunity, there's a door, there's like an energetic gateway of something saying, hey, listen, we're moving forward. Okay. So this is fantastic. Allow yourself to move forward and allow yourself to put yourself out of your comfort zone and to initiate and to move forward into the new things that you're trying to create. Okay. This could just be starting your website, whatever that this is beautiful energy on Wednesday. Okay. So you're moving forward in some way, shape, or forms. This is great. So 12, 13, 14. Okay, so 15th, Thursday. What do we need to know for Thursday, April 15th? Okay, this one. Ooh, power. This is personal power, you guys, okay? Power. Now, what would I like to say about power? Because this is interesting that this is coming to my mind, okay? Plus, there's also 2 other cards that popped out. So, power is a sort of interesting thing, because I sort of associate power with personal power, but also with like the ego. Okay. And so it's like, we all have these instances to where we might recognize or not recognize that, maybe our egos are sort of getting in the way. So this is sort of like realizing, okay, well, how am I using my personal power? Am I using it in a very positive way? Am I sort of allowing my ego to kind of get in the way or take over? Or am I getting too sort of like big headed? And so this is really saying like, we need to allow ourselves to step into our power and speak our minds and speak our truths and not be worried about hurting other people's feelings. Especially for those of us that are empaths, it's yes, boundaries are super, super important. Okay. But this is saying stepping it up, stepping into, okay, our power. So I could also say that because we're beginning to step into this something new in our lives on Wednesday. Okay. That this could be very super important. I almost feel like this is like we have to either gather up our courage, or we have been courageous and we have proven to ourselves in some way, shape, or form that we can do it, that we have the ability and the courage and the strength to move forward. It's like we have moved forward and we're gaining a more better sense of self. Okay. That's what I'm gaining from this card, okay? Now, I also would like to say, like I said, let's be aware of our egos and not allow ourselves to, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say egotistical. That's not really the word that I'm looking for, but for lack of better words, okay? It's remaining humble and really seeing that we are stepping into, in a healthy way, into our power. We're not being abusive of our power or getting too in our own way or too thinking that, oh, well, I know it all. And, that I know everything, because we all don't know everything. There's always a lesson to be learned, but I feel really Thursday here is we're stepping it up. It's almost like we've got courage and strength on Thursday. Okay. So, that's what I want to say about that. We're going to move to Friday's card. Let's see what we got to look forward to for the end of the week. Friday. What do we need to know Friday? Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? Okay, and this is in reverse, okay? This is all about self-care. Self-care, self-love, take a break. What do you need? Ask yourself, what do you need? Okay? So this is super, super important. This is saying, hey, You know, we have to allow ourselves some time and some space for ourselves. I really feel that this is sort of like a very intense energy week. I had a little bit of rough time sleeping last night, Sunday. So it was definitely probably the new moon energy. Also, I just had something on my mind, and it just kept sort of coming into my dreams, and I kept waking up and, you know, thinking about this particular situation or thing. And so, you know, if that's sort of something that is coming to your mind as well, if you're sort of being fixated on, you know, some sort of particular situation or something, you know, we need to get that out of the way, you know. And I also do feel that we're sort of breaking down old structures or old patterns. We're sort of really looking at ourselves this week and understanding, obviously, where we're out of balance, where we're restricting ourselves or placing ourselves on restriction. We're moving away from that. We're stepping into our personal power. We're stepping into our strength and our courage. We've been given a sort of an opportunity, I really feel. Okay? An opportunity, a door, you know, that has opened some sort of, something that has allowed us the opportunity to step it up and step into and allow us to move forward and into something higher and better for us, okay? But obviously also at the end of the week, you know, I almost feel like this is going to kind of be a very huge, massive packed energy week, okay? And so really at the end of the week, this is saying, okay, like, you really need a break, you know? So just check in with yourself. Obviously check in with yourself every single day, not just on Friday, okay? So give me some last information. Is there any last information for this week overall that we need to know about? Any last information for this week in April 2021? What do we need to know? Humor in reverse. Don't take things too seriously. Okay, so that's the best information right there. Don't take things too seriously. Let's laugh at ourselves, okay? Because, you know, it's so easy to take things so seriously and to be so serious and beat ourselves up, okay? So this is really saying, listen, you know, you just kind of have to laugh at the situation and realize that it's not as serious as you think it is, but learn the lesson. You know, whatever this is for you also, you know, I kind of really don't want to go down this road, but everything in moderation is also saying, okay, everything in moderation as far as like diet or your habits, you know? So it's really seeing and possibly taking a look at that as well to say, well, where am I really out of balance? You know, am I drinking every day? Am I partying a lot? You know, and it's like, you know, if there's something that we're doing that is quote unquote considered a negative or bad habit, that could be where we're placing restrictions on ourselves and that we're moving away from consciously. We want to change and we're stepping it up and we're stepping into our power. We have power over this particular situation or this thing or this habit or whatever that this is, okay, that is now coming to realization that we're probably maybe sick and tired of, okay? And really we're asking ourselves at the end of the week of, you know, what do we really need? What are we doing versus what do we need? You know, it's like we're getting rid of these negative things of being out of balance, of what we're doing too much or too little of. And now we're getting down to the deeper layers of what it is that maybe we've been substituting one thing for another. And to realize that, you know, to be kind to yourself, to not beat yourself up, and to realize, listen, you know, let's laugh this off. Like, yes, it was probably serious as we're going through it, but you know what? Like, listen, man, life is too short to be so serious all of the time. And let's find a way to really lighten the load or our burdens on ourselves. And it's all good, man. It's all good. Okay? So have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful week. I will see you guys for the weekend reading. If you'd like a private reading, I would love to do that for you. You can check me out at my website, livingbyspirit.com. Check me out on sign.com. Come over to Instagram, Angie's World 555. Otherwise, I will see you all for the weekend. So have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful week. And don't forget to move forward, okay? Step it up, step into that version. Make those higher vibrational decisions, my beautiful people, okay? I'm right there with you. I love you all. As always, much love and light. And namaste. Bye for now.